Moss is a VR game that came out in 2018, and I have to say, I had just an incredible time working on the score for that. The sequel, Moss Book 2, just came out this year, and as much fun as I had the first time around, twice as much fun this time. If you haven't seen what Moss looks like, you're in for a real treat. It's just so enchanting and charming. See how easy it was for me to be inspired by that kind of atmosphere. And as a result, the music for Moss 2 has something like 15 or 20 different themes in it throughout the course of the game. I think mathematically speaking, when you're listening to the soundtrack, you're actually hearing some version of a theme about every 15 seconds. So I thought today we would go over the main theme from the game. Now, actually, the main theme in Moss 2 is the same as the main theme in Moss 1. I wrote a song with the ever-talented Malukah singing vocals. So here's an excerpt of the original song from 2018.
The dark wood falls before me, with broken bough and blackened leaf. I stand where trees meet with the sky, and in the stillness find you by.
And here are some examples of how I use that theme in Moss Book 2. This kind of writing can be very powerful, emotionally speaking, because the listener identifies themes, even if they don't realize it consciously, with certain characters in the game or certain events that happen. I wanted them to be as straightforward as possible so that when the theme played, there's an instant connection with the player in the game. And what I really enjoy doing is what you heard in the last two excerpts just now, where something sounds maybe it's a little bit off, and I've kind of taken harmonies or instruments and shifted them so everything's not really aligned musically the way it's supposed to be. And this will put the listener off guard and sort of think, well, something's different, something's not quite right, especially compared to the beautiful themes that I was hearing earlier. That's actually a great example of a way to use thematic variation in combat music. Now let's go back to the original song with Malukah and listen to the chorus.
Darkness falls across land and black sea. I can hear your call, calling back
This is actually the most used theme throughout the entire score. It comes up something like 65 different times over the course of the entire soundtrack, where the verse is a mere 40 or 45. The nature of sort of the open intervals and slow pacing of the notes was fertile ground for some really fun variations. As we progress through the game, things get a little more serious, a little darker, and so does the theme. Honestly, this is one of my favorite soundtracks I've ever worked on, and I was so excited to have the opportunity to work with Polyarc on this. The soundtrack is available everywhere. You can stream it pretty much on all the things, and you can even get physical copies of the CD, and I believe there's a pre-order for vinyl because, well, vinyl pre-order. Thanks for joining me on this musical adventure, and if you have had the chance to play Moss Book 2 on VR, I'd love to hear what you think.